Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. So I'm excited to share with you guys today the process that I'm going to be going through to trim my own hair. So I'm going to be giving myself a little trim. I'm saying little. Hopefully it ends up being just a little bit. It's definitely time for a trim. I haven't cut my hair at all year. I was doing a hair growth challenge, personal hair growth challenge, trying to see how much I can grow my hair in 1 year. So I will link the playlist for that if you want to check out my progress of my hair growing throughout the year. So I have a few videos in that playlist that you can check out right after you finish watching this video. I also just finished filming my last length check, so that will be part of the playlist as well, and it will give you guys a total view of how much my hair has grown from January 2018 to December 2018 when we are filming this video. Now we are actually going to get into cutting my hair because long overdue. When I cut my own hair, I like to cut it in 3 steps. So the first step will be with this style right here. So this is an old wash and go. So my hair has been sitting in this style for literally a whole week. I just finished restyling my hair for the 7th time this week. So I like to cut my hair in different states. Okay, I like to cut it when it's old. By that I mean like I've been wearing the same style, to see which part of the curl is not holding up. So I'll know you know, which ends or which parts are dead and need to be cut off. And then I like to cut my hair wet. It allows me to shape it the way that I want. And then I like to go in for the 3rd step with my hair styled. So right after I wash my hair and trim it wet, I will style my hair in a wash and go, and once it's dry, I will cut it again just to kind of finalize the shape that I want and make sure that I got rid of any of the dead pieces. So that is just the way that I like to cut my hair. You obviously don't have to cut your hair that way. Also, I am not a professional hairstylist. I don't do this for a living. I don't cut people's hair for a living. I have cut other people's hair, however, that is at their own risk. I posed a question on my latest post on Instagram whether or not you guys think I should trim my hair and cut some bangs or no bangs. So I'm gonna check it right now just to see what the final verdict is, and I'm leaving it up to you guys, those of you that follow me on Instagram, whether or not you voted for bangs or no bangs. The style that got the most votes is the one I am going with. So let's check it out right now. Okay, so it looks like we are tied. So half of you voted for bangs and the other half voted no bangs. So I guess the decision is up to me to make. Okay guys, so since the vote was split 50-50, I'm just going to make the decision on my own. To be honest, there was one style that I was leaning more towards, so that is the one that I'm going to be doing. You're just gonna have to stay to the end to see which one I do. So let's get started with the first step, which is cutting or trimming off the dead ends on an already existing hairstyle. And for me, it's an old 7-day wash and go. What I'll be using to cut my hair today are these shears right here. These are actual professional hair scissors, hair shears. I don't know which term is the correct term. These are actually my husband's shears. He is a barber and he brought this home from the barber shop, so this is official. I always recommend using shears that are designed for hair and only using them to cut your hair. Do not use it to cut paper and other things and then come and cut your hair with it. That way you know you're getting the best cut possible. That is going to help you to prevent split ends and just get a really nice sharp cut. These are my shears. Whenever I cut my hair, these are the ones that I use, and so this is what we're going to be using today. I don't know if they have a name or where they're from. I'm pretty sure he ordered it from some type of barbershop supplier company. It does say 4420 master on it. I don't know if that means anything. It also says economy supply company Whittier, California, USA. So that is that. So again, make sure you're using some really professional. They don't have to be professional. I mean, you can get these at Sally's, you can get shears at Walmart. Just make sure that the ones you purchase, you only use to cut your hair with. The great thing about curly hair is that it's very forgiving. So, you know, you might make a mistake here and there, which is fine because when the hair curls, you really can't notice it. You could have two pieces right next to each other, be different lengths. And it's okay because curly hair just kind of blends all together. But that's not to say that you shouldn't try to do the best job that you can. So first what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look through and really any dead pieces, anything that looks like it's not really flowing in terms of the curl pattern, I'm going to cut it right at that spot. I dyed my hair and everything. You know, my hair just kind of does whatever it wants, especially towards the bottom where there I have the dye. But let's start. And then when I find a piece that I'm, you know, trying to explain to you guys, because I think it's easier if I show you, I will show you guys. Okay, so here is an example here. See how, like, I mean, even all of this I could really just get rid of right here, but I'm not gonna do that because that's gonna be a lot of hair. So see how it's like curling and then towards the bottom it's like doing some funky thing like right here. So technically I should cut it right there, right? But I feel like that's too much hair, so I'm just gonna cut it here. And then once I style my hair, if it still needs to be cut, then I'll cut it. But I'm just gonna cut this little piece right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but so you see it's already looking a little bit better than how it looked before. Here's another piece here. All right, you see how the curl and then this piece right here is just kind of wonky? I'm gonna cut it right here. Okay. So again, it's not perfect, but that just could be from me styling my hair these past 7 days. So after I restyle it, if that curl is still wonky, then I will chop the rest of it. So if you notice, I'm not really cutting a lot, maybe a ½ inch. Hoping I don't cut more than 2 inches max by the time I'm done with this process. Some strands I will cut more than others just because, you know, I see a lot more damage on them. But so far I don't see a lot of crazy curl patterns, but I know I have split ends and I've got some fairy knots, and I definitely need to get rid of those. So another thing that I like to do is part it and just focus layer by layer. So I'm just gonna put this part up and just do the bottom layer and then do that layer by layer. That way I can focus on it section by section. So at this point I'm not really focused on shape. I'm just focused on getting rid of dead and frizzy ends. We'll worry more about shape when we start cutting it wet and after we style it. Now let's do the top layer. I'm just gonna tie this back so we don't get it confused. And even this I could probably split into another section here. Okay, so it makes it easier to find and go curl by curl when you have it in sections. So, okay, I already see one here, here, and this looks funky. Here's another little dead piece. And now the top part. Alright, so just that little bit that we did, I could already start to feel a difference when I run my hands through my hair. So that is it for the first round. Alright guys, so let me show you guys how much hair we've cut so far. Okay guys, so this is how much hair we cut so far. So you can see not many little curls over there yet. And looks like about, some of the pieces are, I would say, about 1 inch to half an inch. Yeah, I tried not to cut any more than 1 inch on that first round. So again, not many little curls yet. So we'll keep moving on. Alright, so now we'll move on to the second part. Alright guys, we're back. I just finished shampooing and conditioning my hair. So now we're going to move on to step 2, which is going to be cutting the hair wet. So I'm just going to first take this off. Okay, so this is where we are currently. To cut my hair wet, I start from the bottom and just cut in sections upward. So I'm going to part my hair and start with the bottom section. I'm also going to use a spray bottle as well as some type of comb or brush to help me with straightening the hair, and a clip, of course. So I brought a couple of combs, not sure which one is going to work best. I'm going to use these. I also brought my Tangle Teaser in case I just need to brush my hair out. I'm going to start by spritzing the hair since it's already starting to dry out. So I'm going to cut this section here first. Brush it out. I think the brush should be sufficient. So let me show you guys this first cut. So I'm really just cutting a little teeny piece. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. This one looks okay. It's pretty thick towards the end, just a few straggly pieces that I'm going to cut off. So I'll show you guys up close. So really just a little teeny tiny bit. And that's it. So I'm just going to continue doing that to my whole head. Alright, so now that I've cut the extra like tips, I'm going to start to kind of give myself a style. So I just like to keep it like in layers, sort of like a long layered style. I think that looks best with curly hair. It gives it a little bit of volume. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I already parted my hair in half. I'm just going to start trimming at an angle. So let me show you. I'm just gonna take sections going downward like this all the way around. So I start here, I comb it out, and then I bring the hair upward. Now the higher you go, the more dramatic the layers are gonna be. And then the lower you keep it, the less dramatic they're gonna be. So I like it somewhere in the middle. So this works really well if you have like shoulder length hair, but once your hair starts to get long, it gets kind of crazy. So you could see that the top layer is super long because even with me dragging my hair all the way up like this is still long. Usually it's about the same length. So I'm just gonna chop a bunch of that off, which is gonna give me a little bit more layering than I have now. And then I'm just gonna check for symmetry and see if I like how my hair is falling and trim where I feel necessary. I could feel the ends a lot healthier. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check to make sure the front is even. The right side was a little bit longer than the left, so I'm just going to trim that off. And now I'm going to make sure the bottom part is pretty even. It's pretty even here. I think I'm going to stop here for the second part of this. I feel like I've already cut off a lot of the damaged pieces, so at this point, I'm going to style my hair. I think I might still have some in the back that's still a bit not too sure about. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and style the hair, and then we'll do the last step once I've applied the product and I've dried my hair 100%, okay? Alright, let me show you guys what I've cut so far. The ones that are wet and more stuck together are the ones that we just cut in the second round, and then the ones that are more dry and frizzy are the ones from the first cut. So again, not much. I probably cut another 1/2 inch to 1 inch on top of the 1/2 inch I had cut prior. So not much hair, but we'll add one more round to this. Yeah. All right, let's see here. If I was gonna do bangs, I would be doing that right now. But we're not. We're just going to trim and even out the top layer a little bit, which I think I did a pretty good job when cutting it the first 2 rounds. But I think I could still go a little bit shorter. Okay, so I did a little bit of cutting off camera because it was kind of a weird angle with the camera in the mirror. And I think this is gonna be the final cut. As you guys can see, It's a lot more voluminous, which is what I wanted. The tips feel nice and healthy. I did not cut bangs, but they are at a length that if I like really pick my hair up, I can make them into some type of long bangs. But I really like this length because I can also part my hair to the side and it will fall nicely. So if I'm parting it to the side, it'll sit something like this or this. So I'm going to show you guys the back. I can't really see the back. You tell me if it looks good in the back. And just to give you an idea of the length, so we still have our length for the most part. It's not as long as it was, but yeah, it's still there. See, not quite waist length anymore, but the way it shrinks, it's pretty much a little bit above waist length. Okay guys, so that is it. Alright, so now let me show you guys how much hair I cut altogether. As you can see, the big clumps, like this one here, are the ones that I cut just now, trying to shape up my hair. And some of the hair that I cut in the first and second round. Look at that big, huge one right there. Yeah, so overall, I don't think I cut that much hair. But some of the strands I did cut quite a bit just to give me the shape I was looking for. But yeah. I'll probably still mess with it tomorrow when it's at day 2. But that is it. That is my process for trimming my own hair. I know that it's quite of a process. It took me quite some time to do this whole thing, so I just incorporated it into my wash day routine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I understand if you don't cut your hair this way or you don't cut your hair at all, but nonetheless, I hope you were inspired, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed going through this journey with me of cutting my hair, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment down below. I want to know, do you cut your own hair or do you have someone else cut it? And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you catch my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Still cutting, guys. Ugh, still cutting, still cutting.